Finally! My gun was getting lonely! Man, I hate those guys.
In an age where games are increasingly serious in tone, it's quite a breath of fresh air to be able to play a foul-mouthed alien who can throw people a mile in the air and probe enemies to death. Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed is a remake of a PS2-era classic that reminded me that not everything needs to be high art. Sometimes running around just zapping hippies with a laser blaster in a sardonic 1960s San Francisco hits just the right spot. The cheesy, lowbrow dialogue, over-the-top voice acting,
"Are you with us, man?"
and wanton destruction are all extremely faithful to the original, and all of that has a very strong junk food charm that's novel in this day and age. There's a simple purity in this absurd and irreverent open-world adventure that had me destroying Alcatraz Island using a lethal flying saucer or tracking down the villainous hippie known only as Coyote Bongwater. And while Reprobe's story was mostly used as a vehicle for crass jokes and setting up ludicrous scenarios for me to run rampant and yank human brains right out of their earthling heads for the heck of it, I have to respect how much silliness and entertaining shenanigans is prioritized above all else. That has a unique, shameless allure that jives amazingly well with the derisive tone of this chaotic spoof. The two locations I explored, Bay City, a colorful, psychedelic satire of San Francisco, and Albion, a Cold War era and mutant overrun reimagining of London, were every bit as ridiculous as I remembered. As a San Francisco local, nothing puts a smile on my face faster than running around an even zanier version of the city I know and love, and causing complete bedlam. I bounced cars up and down in cartoonish defiance of the laws of physics until they exploded, and blew a hippie terrorist's dirigibles out of the sky with a giant laser beam. It's completely goofy stuff to be sure, but it's a kind of turn-my-brain-off fun that can be extremely cathartic, and is in short supply these days. I only got to visit the first two open-world hubs in my preview build, but even in these early stages, the tools of destruction available to me did a great job at letting me cause complete mayhem in interesting and creative ways. For example, while in my flying saucer, I could beam items up to my ship only to shoot them back out at high velocity a moment later, or reverse gravity in a given area for a few seconds before it all came crashing down to destructive effect. On foot, my capacity for causing pandemonium was equally potent, with the likes of a probe gun that leached brains for my victims, or a love-powered ray gun that compelled humans to start dancing uncontrollably. If there's anything that harshed my mellow while running amok, it's that, at least in this early build, all the disarray I brought often led to bizarre bugs or things breaking randomly. Sometimes mission objectives would break, causing me to load a previous checkpoint, or character voices would become imperceptibly faint for no reason.
Might it not be the better part of valor to join forces and pool our information?
Or some crazy glitches would pop up on screen. That said, what I played was in no way a finished product, so hopefully they'll iron out some of the wonkiness before its full release. It's been a while since I've played something as unabashedly silly as Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, and so far that's looking like it will be a very welcome change of pace. I'm looking forward to raining more terror down on the citizens of Earth when it's launched later this year. For more, check out the first 15 minutes of Sniper Elite 5, and for everything else, keep probing for content with IGN.